All right, Leo, here comes another tough question, buddy.
The hard questions are coming. Dude.
Player that fell off the hardest, Leo. Who do you think it is? Dun dun dun.
Who's the most boring player to watch, bro? Who is the most overrated player?
I'm gonna say it's
Hello, everybody. I'm in the hot seat, and these beautiful guys are gonna ask me hard to answer questions.
player that fell off the hardest, Leo. Who do you think it is?
Cola. Roy doesn't really like offer something like in the meta. It's not.
Yeah, that's kind of sad though, because I love Cola. Like he's so hyped to watch. I love watching him.
He's cool. One of my favorites as well.
Who is the player that blew up the fastest?
I feel like there's a lot of them, because there's like a new era of Smash, right? So there's a lot of new players, but I would say Spargo, like 100%. Like you just kind of go from like literally no rank to like second rank and then like first rank.
Leo, who's the most underrated player?
I don't know, probably Jakal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just like Wolf is a bit hard to play, but when he is like peak, he's really good.
All right, Leo, here comes another tough question, buddy. Most boring player to
Dude,
watch.
that's so easy. That's actually so easy.
Okay, who is it?
Proud about him.
I mean, he wasn't on my list, but I guess.
I mean, there's two sides of Proto Bangham, like evil Proto Bangham and like hero Proto Bangham. I play a lot of sorties. I know how Lucina works, and dude, that Lucina is fire, but that Min, dude, no. No, like he's good, but nah.
Leo, who's the most hype player to watch?
Okay, there's like a really hot take, so I know a lot of people don't like think that way, but I think Gluttony is the hypest player to watch. I feel like he's one of the few players that like, you know that no matter what, like he's gonna do something crazy.
Which player, in your opinion, shit talks the most?
I feel like in this Smash community, people that talk shit are like basically kids. So that's like not serious. So XD. So I wouldn't even like care, but I feel like everybody just does it because like they got nothing better to do, and it's usually not that real.
Who do you think is the most overrated player?
The hard questions are coming. Dude. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a few options, of course. But I'm sorry. I think super overrated.
Dun dun dun. I know the last questions were very tough, man, and they probably were very hard for you to answer. But here's the important one. Does a straw have one or two holes?
Two.
My man. My man. Yeah.
Yes, two.
Of course it does.
Two. I don't gotta explain why. It's two.
What player fell off the hardest?
Dark Wizzy fell off very hard too. He was like top 10 status before the pandemic, and then he kind of just like started like going to tournaments again, but he's like slowly recovering, you know, but it's definitely not the same as before. I really hope he gets back there because I love watching him play.
What's the player that blew up the fastest?
I think it's between either Spargo or Sonix, but I think I'm also gonna say Sonix right now because Spargo, he has been like doing his thing for like a couple years now, right? Like ever since like after the pandemic, like 2021 to 2023 now. But Sonix is like blowing up really fast right now, and then I think online helped him a lot as well.
Who is the most underrated player?
Low-key, I think Siski. Like, I mean, he was ranked like 28th right now, whereas I think he deserved like maybe like top 15-ish is where I would put him. But yeah, it's just my opinion, right?
Maister, who is the most boring player to watch?
These just keep coming, man. Wow, most boring player to watch. I mean, I guess it's gonna be like a zoner, but I really don't know who. I don't know. It's gonna be like a Young Link, man. I really don't like watching Young Link. I don't know who, but it's gonna be like a Young Link player.
Who's the most high player to watch, man?
I actually have no idea, dude. I never think of these things.
Yeah, it's like they're all boring.
No, that's not what I said. No, but oh, you know what? I think just any Snake player is very hype for me to watch. I like watching Snake.
Which player dog shit the most?
Like, I remember this one time he was like, "Oh, I never pop off against people who are better than me." And then the next time we play, he beats me, he pops off. I'm like, well, at least I know I'm better than you, right? Like, okay.
Okay, Maister. Woohoo! This is a good one. I'm glad I get to ask you this question. Who is the most overrated player?
I don't know. I think. I don't know, dude. This is a tough question.
Just say it, man.
I'm gonna say it's.
Meister, is cereal a soup?
No. No, I mean, it's just basically what everyone thinks, I guess. It's like, it's milk and then there's like something in there, but it's not like, it's not pasta that's in there. It's not tomato. It's not nothing like that. Like, why would anyone consider it a soup? It makes no sense.
Okay, Big D. Player that fell off the hardest.
I think all the retired players, they fell off pretty hard, wouldn't you say, Leo?
God damn!
That was the most logical answer. I love Big D.
Who do you think is the player that blew up the fastest?
I would have to say Spargo. He just kind of all of a sudden went from online to like top 3ing and even winning like super majors. Great kid, good work ethic. That's no, it's him for sure, and he's a welcome addition to the top players.
And who's the most underrated player?
Oh, I would have to say Ouch. You know, he's just a young wolf man from Vancouver, Canada, and I feel like any day he's always placing the 9th, but people only really remember the top 8s. But one day he's gonna be in the top 8s like all the time, and then you'll like, whoa, who is this guy?
I'm a big Ouch fan, so respect it.
Big Wolf fan as well, yes.
Who's the most boring player to watch, bro?
Now this is unbiased, a little biased because I lose to JDV all the time, but probably T. I think they're just very long, drawn-out sets that are kind of slow.
All the opposite. Who is the most hype player to watch?
I would say Fatality. I feel like he just kind of like puts his life on the line on like every interaction, and you're like, surely he won't go for that. Surely. And then he's just like off stage at the bottom of the Balasso, and like, oh yeah, he's really putting it all just to get this up B edge guard. So yeah, that's for me. That's the most hype.
I asked the same question to Meister, bro. But who is the player that trash talked the most?
All right. Well, Maister said light, and honestly, it's probably light. But I feel like this guy over here is a shit talker. This guy, he's a man of few words. He doesn't say much to the audience unless it's his content. But you know, like he wins Genesis, he wins Ludwig's, and he grabs the mic. He's like, "I'm the best. Don't you all forget it." Mic drop. And we just like every few months we get that from Leo, and I was like, damn.
What's the most overrated player in your opinion, buddy?
Maybe. But he is still insanely good.
Is a hot dog a sandwich, Big D?
I'm gonna say I think yes. If you just don't have the hot dog part and you have the hot dog bun, you make like a PB&J. Is that not a sandwich? It feels like pretty close to a sandwich, but you just replace the PB&J with a hot dog, and now is it not a sandwich? It just seems so close to a sandwich to me that like, I'll call it a sandwich.